Hello, colors. Welcome to Viva Barca. Welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on some interesting updates. We start with Marc-Andre Ter Stegen, as it has been reported that the 30-year-old Barca ace is leading the candidates to replace Gerard Piqué as club captain. We are going to be discussing on that as we move ahead. Then secondly, talking about Frank Kessie, it has been reported that Barca are set to receive a 15 million euro offer for the midfield misfit from Tottenham Hotspur. We are also going to be discussing on that. So guys, before we get right into the full story, please do ensure to subscribe. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Gerard Piqué's abrupt retirement this season has left a void in Barcelona's defensive unit. In addition to his experience and skill, Piqué's leadership will also be missed. The Spaniard was indeed one of the four captains for the Barca team, along with Sergio Roberto, Jordi Alba, and Sergio Busquets. But with Piqué retiring, the Catalans are now looking for someone to fill the role, according to Spanish outlet AS. The report suggests Barca may soon finalize the fourth captain, with Marc-Andre Ter Stegen likely to be on the front seat. The position will be decided by vote, and with all players returning from the World Cup, the procedure might take place soon, with a 30-year-old shortstopper the front runner. The German international has emerged as one of the front or the top performers for Barca this season, producing a series of impressive performances that has helped the club retain the top spot in the league table and most of the best defensive record in the league. Ter Stegen is also one of the most experienced members of the team, having featured in 346 competitive matches for Barcelona since joining the club in 2014. The former Borussia Mönchengladbach goalkeeper is in the driver's seat to become Barcelona's fourth captain. He has previously donned the captain's armband for the Blaugrana and in a recent interview expressed his keenness to take over the leadership mantle. The Catalans are considering the possibility of Robert Lewandowski becoming a team leader as well, but they are not expected to entertain the idea until the start of next season. This is because Barca are facing a battle to keep hold of Busquets, whose contract expires at the end of the season. Although the coaching staff wants to renew the midfielder's deal, there is a sense of fear that he may leave the club in 2023. Should Sergio Busquets depart, Lewandowski could be called in as a replacement. There might be a room for one more leader, as Sergio Roberto is also facing an uncertain future at Camp Nou, with Barcelona still yet to table an official proposal. The issue of captaincy replacement have been making headlines at Barca in these past few weeks. Of course, Piqué retired just before the World Cup, and of course, it is expected that Piqué should have a replacement as captain in the team. And there have been a lot of talk about Lewandowski and maybe Marc-Andre Ter Stegen being candidates to replace Piqué, who was the first assistant captain to Busquets. Now that Busquets, future is very uncertain, Busquets likely to leave the club at the end of the season. Definitely, there should be a replacement for Busquets, and of course, which means maybe just maybe Lewandowski might stand a chance to be one of the captains next season because Busquets will leave. Sergio Roberto might also leave. Roberto is a fourth captain. I think Jordi Alba, who is the third captain, might stay. Who knows? I don't know if he might leave too. So definitely we might have two new faces as captains for Barca for next season. Definitely, if you ask me, I would say Ter Stegen must be among, because Ter Stegen, we all know about Barca's philosophy of giving captaincy. They focus more on the experience of players, and definitely Ter Stegen have been here for a very long time. I think after the first four captains to be here for the longest time, when we talk about longevity, I think Marc-Andre Ter Stegen have been the most experienced player we have at the squad. So definitely, I think he will be the favorite to take over the captain's armband from Busquets when he leaves the club, and maybe Frankie De Jong, or I don't know, maybe Lewandowski, who have also been a candidate for that position, might contest. So let's see how it's going to look like. It's kind of baffled me that Barca are still trying to keep Busquets, and definitely Barca fans are not happy with that kind of news. But Busquets is insisting that he wants to leave, with Inter Miami being the front runners to sign him. But let's see. A lot of things might change from now to the summer. I don't know. Maybe his mind can change and he stays. So there's still a long time to go. Decisions can still take a drastic change. Let's see actually what happens from now to the end of the season. Then on to the next story of discussion. Barcelona are heading into the January transfer window in the search for fresh revenue generated either through sponsorship deals or the sale of star players. The inflow of money could be essential in the bid to renew the contracts of several players in the team. Memphis Depay has emerged as the prime candidate to be offloaded in the January transfer window. However, the Dutchman has shown no desire to leave the club mid-season and is willing to wait until the end of the season when his contract comes to an end. According to Dario Sport, FC Barcelona have another expendable option at hand as we enter the winter transfer window. The player in question is none other than Frank Kessie, who is one of the few players who have struggled to make an impact under Xavi this season. Formerly of AC Milan, the midfielder has failed to make his presence felt since joining the club on a free transfer window. He has started only 2 league games this season, falling behind the likes of Gavi, Pedri, Busquets and Frankie de Jong in the pecking order. Frankie's situation at Barcelona has not gone unnoticed, as per the report. Barcelona have even started receiving offers for the Ivorian. Tottenham Hotspur, for one, have reportedly tabled an offer worth €15 million. Barca are currently studying the proposal and are yet to issue an official response. They are contemplating whether or not they should offload Frank Kessie. Head coach Xavi Hernandez has not shown much desire to sell Kessie permanently, since he believes the midfielder could be profitable for the club in the future, especially with Busquets likely to leave the club at the end of the season. Things could get clearer and clearer in the coming weeks as FC Barcelona start to make definitive decisions on the transfer policies for the transfer window. Frank Kessie has had a difficult time at the club. To be honest, he has not had the best of times. Like the opportunities have not even been there in the first place because Xavi prioritizes other midfielders to him. Definitely, his agent came the other day saying that about the rumors that Frank Kessie will be leaving the club. He said Frank Kessie will stay. Frank Kessie is happy. Frank Kessie is he's trying to adapt to the style of Barca, and there's nothing because there were rumors saying that Frank Kessie is not happy. He's angry about the fact that Xavi has not been giving him the playing time he wants. But his agent came and tried to soften things up and said no. Frank Kessie still have time, and definitely the style of Barca have not really been what he's used to it in the past. But his client will stay at Barca. So let's see actually if things will change, because this is not the first time I've been talking about rumors relating to Frank Kessie linked with a move outside of Barca. So Tottenham Hotspur are one of the clubs that are strongly showing interest, and they have offered 15 million to Barca. So let's see if Barca actually accept that, but I wish they don't. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.